Why is it that all of the videos out there are of trained horses that already know what they're doing? That was a comment that was on one of my videos, and I think it's really funny that it was on one of my videos, because all of you that follow me knows that all of the videos that I put out are of the horses that are sent to me for training, and I post real-time videos of the training. So I thought that was kind of a funny comment, but I want to talk about the perception of why sometimes it feels that way, that the videos are of horses that already know, especially for kind of a beginner rider or a beginner trainer. When I first started training, I made plenty of mistakes, and a lot of my training sessions was just somewhat of a battle. Me trying to get the horse to do one thing and the horse resisting and saying no, and I'm sure it looked terrible at the time. I'm sure it looked like I had no clue what I was doing, and in some cases I had no clue what I was doing. And I would get in a fight with the horse for all kinds of reasons. And in many of the situations, I was getting in a fight with the horse because I had missed a step. I wasn't reading the horse. I wasn't interpreting the horse's actions correctly up to when we got that big no, that big blow up, or whatever it was with that horse saying no. And many people, like the person that made this comment, they said they have a horse that they can't get to lunge. It keeps wanting to turn the wrong direction, wants to kick at them, doesn't want to go, wants to turn away, wants to pull away. And those are all potential issues when you have a horse that doesn't know how or doesn't want to lunge. And I've put out videos with horses working through those exact same issues. Some of them worse. Some of them, while I'm lunging, they're trying to kick at me, paw at me. All those videos are out there. But what the difference is when you have your horse and you're in that situation and you feel like you're in that battle and you're looking for that video about how to fix the horse isn't the issue. You're having trouble with the horse, but fixing the horse isn't the issue. The issue is you as a trainer or handler or rider not recognizing the little signs that came before that big issue and working those little things before that issue. And you miss those things, and then you end up with a big no. A horse doing whatever, pulling away, kicking at you, bucking, taking you off somewhere. You end up with those kind of things. And it's not intentional. You just don't know what you don't know. And the person that made that comment, instead of looking for the video to fix the horse, they should have been looking at that same video. That video was a good video, but instead of fixing the horse, fixing themselves. When this horse first came in, he didn't want to keep his attention on me. He wanted to take me anywhere else. Ears was always thinking about something else. And I recognized that immediately and worked that very first thing in a very simple, very boring way to fix it. And it got fixed pretty quick. And as you see, he's a pretty nice horse. He's going to be a really, really good horse. But because I fixed that little thing when I first got on, if you didn't see that video, all I did was hold his head to the side and just hold it there and walk circles until he started thinking about me instead of leaving and going somewhere else. Very simple thing. Almost sounds too simple. Almost sounds too easy. Almost sounds like there should be some big secret. There's not. That's all there was to it. But the key is that I recognized that immediately and did that little thing immediately. That person that made that comment, there was little things with their horse. There's always little things that your horse tells you before you get the big explosion. Well, my horse just pulls away with no notice. My horse just runs off with me, just all of a sudden. I'm loping left and the horse all of a sudden goes right. Stuff like that. I'm loping and all of a sudden the horse breaks in two. It almost never happens that way. That horse always, almost always, nearly always, I would stop very short of saying always, but it's practically always, gives you some sign ahead of time that something bad is about to happen. It's your responsibility as a rider, an owner, trainer, handler, to recognize those things and do the little things, fix those little things before those little things become a big thing. If you're having an issue with maybe lunging your horse, like that one person that made the comment, and the horse is trying to pull away from you while you're lunging the circle, it's not the horse. There is the horse doesn't want to go the direction you want to go. Maybe the horse doesn't know how to lunge. Maybe the horse just wants to say, no, it's not doing what you ask it to do. But the fix is always in what you do, how you respond. You pick out those little things and work those before you get that big no. That goes back to the things I've talked to a lot in my videos. The 3 things to improve your horsemanship. There's only 3. Feel, release, knowing what to do when. This goes back to that knowing what to do when. But in order to know what to do when, you have to read your horse, honestly read your horse, and recognize this is not something that I don't want. I have a video of walking in a stall with the horse. All I did was walk in there and stand there with the halter, and I talked about that horse, what that horse was doing, how that horse was trying to push on me, how that horse was trying to tell me no, it wasn't going to be caught before I even actually stepped in to catch the horse. And the horse actually ended up taking a bite at me just standing there in the door. I hadn't even done anything. That's the little things. I talked about those little things in that video. When you're working something with your horse, lunging, I'll use that, keep using that as an example, and your horse is wanting to turn and go the other direction. Watch for the little things that horse tells you before it actually pulls away from you. There's always something. Fix those little things. Be aware of those little things, because that's the key. When you're riding your horse, working on the ground, haltering in the stall, you're constantly communicating with your horse. When I'm walking a circle, I'm touching with my hand or my leg practically every second. I'm saying something. I am in constant communication. And if you're doing whatever, lunging your horse, and you're not in that constant communication, then that horse's attention is going to go off someplace else, and it's going to start going downhill to those things like pulling and going the other direction. So if you're watching videos trying to get help with your horse, that's what I'm here for, is to put out the videos so that you can improve your horse and improve your horsemanship. Oftentimes, it's not the drill that you give the horse. It's the little things that you communicate with your horse and you hear from your horse, that your horse tells you. You have to be really honest with yourself about correctly interpreting what the horse tells you. So many people, very, very many people, the horse will tell them something and they want to make that out to something else. Horse was whatever that might be. Say a horse nipped at you. Well, he was trying to love on me, show me affection. No, he wasn't. He's trying to bite you. He's trying to make you move your feet. There is a possibility he was trying to mutually groom like they groom other horses. Very, very rare. It is almost always that horse is trying to make you move your feet But too often that action gets misinterpreted to horse trying to do mutual grooming. It's possible, but it's very, very rare. And you have to correctly interpret what that horse is telling you so that you can do the right thing. And if you're having issues with your horse, say lunging, and the horse is pulling off the other direction, you're missing all those little communications that happened before you got to the point where the horse is pulling off the other direction. If you have any questions about that, put it in the comments and I'll do my best to help you with it. This is Stetson. He's been here, I think, right at a month. I've got a playlist on YouTube of his videos. He's come a really long ways. This is a really nice horse. But he came in with those issues. And if you watch his playlist on YouTube, you'll see how I read what he was telling me, correctly interpreted, and worked on those things immediately. Didn't wait for his responses to get really big. Until next time, thank you for watching.